Okay, here's your action items. Let me get your homework. I'm gonna get you out of here. Number 1, understand your assignment. Homework is gonna be real short today. Understand your assignment. And then here's what it is. God won't always go out his way to help you pursue your will. First, when I wrote that note down, I tell you, I put God will never. I said, well, I ain't gonna say never, because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be God, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say, you want him to go out his way so you can go do what you want to do? Meanwhile, his will is left untouched? Do you realize how crazy that is? So that's why the first thing you need to do to become eligible for powerful partnerships like Judah and Simeon and like Tiffany and Coach Ro is you have to understand your assignment on earth. Get busy doing the will of God for your life. I'm telling you, it's what set us up for success. By the time we met, we were doing the will of God for our lives. So you need to find out what is the will of God for your life. Not what you like to do, but what you are called to do. Sometimes those things are two different things. What you're called to do typically comes more natural than what you like to do. But what you're called to do, while it comes more natural, you either deem it boring, you either deem it like, that can't be it, that's too easy, right? Because you feel like everything should be hard, right? And when God says, my resources come with no added sorrow, but you're like, no, I got to get it out the mud. I got to pull myself up from my bootstrap. You think everything got to be so hard, but really the thing that's going to be the easiest for you is the thing you're probably overlooking. What you're called to do. And typically also what you're called to do, there's an element to it that's going to take some courage to really pull it off. That's another thing that people, they're like, okay, I can do that real easy, but I'm gonna have to do this and I want to do that. It doesn't matter. It's what you're called to do. So here are the 3 things that you have to do. You have to get in position. And by getting in position is understanding your assignment. You have to get in position. The second thing you have to do is get in right standing with God. Pursue his righteousness. And you say, well, shoot, that's a very general demand or command for you to give us. Well, okay, well then think about it in every aspect of your life. Help you break it down, help you simplify, help you give it to you in digestible terms. My marriage, me being a mother or a father. If you're single, my singleness, how I steward my finances. How does God say to do it? And you hear me say this a lot when I'm in these God's Math episodes, because the quickest way to see God's math activated in your life is for you to have your purity right for God. So once it multiplies, if you go back to the 2nd episode of season 1, which is purify the seed, it means who you are multiplies anyway. This is just it's inevitable. God is a multiplier. So what you want to do is make sure the seed is pure. So what multiplies is something you actually want to see. All right. So that's the reason why you want to be in right standing. You want to pursue his righteousness in every area of your life. Okay. Get in position, get in right standing. And step 3, then look around. You get in position, you start walking into what your assignment is and what your calling is on life. Most of you want to find a partner first before you do this part. It don't work like that. Start going towards your calling and your assignment first. Then make sure you're in right standing when you're doing these things. Make sure you're constantly pursuing righteousness. And then all you're going to have to do is turn to your left and your right. And most likely, your partnership will be in eye view. I met Rochelle within a coaching program where we were like-minded, aspiring entrepreneur, kingdom aspiring entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs. We all were like-minded. We all shared the same faith, and we all were looking to expand in personal development and our financial development. We were all in this community, and I was fulfilling my assignment, and I was constantly in pursuit of being in right standing with God. And guess what I did? I looked around, and she would probably say the same thing about me. We wasn't hard to find. That brings me to the cheat code. Get in a community where there are like-minded people. That's the cheat code. Get in a community where there are like-minded people. That might be church. That might be a mentorship. It might be an online community of just Christians having Bible study. It doesn't matter. Like-minded people that are worried about getting in position and being in right standing with God. I almost guarantee you're going to see some eligible partners in that, where you can join together and you say, hey, I got some gifts. I'm going to use my gifts and I need to take out my own enemies. Can you come help me with your gifts? We take those enemies out, and then we just go turn and take care of yours as well. And guess what? The things that were trying to come against us will be utterly destroyed. Pennies in her business, that assignment that was she's gonna keep making pennies in her business, utterly destroyed. The pattern that my husband could have been at risk of being a diabetic because that was in his bloodline, Ro came in with her wisdom and with the power of God, and it was utterly destroyed. Because destroying it ain't good enough if in the Bible utterly destroyed is an option. I will take utterly destroyed for $200, Alex. Okay, so do you know your assignment? Get busy with the assignment you already have, and God will reveal further instructions. Okay, so you say to yourself, well, I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, because everybody feels like they should be doing something. Maybe it's in entrepreneurship, or maybe it's all right, but what assignments do you currently already have? Right? What do I mean by that? Are you currently a wife? Start out with the assignments you already have assigned to you before you're trying to figure out how you're going to maybe generate more money or what you should be doing in the church. Or just start out there. Your assignment as a wife, your assignment as a husband, if you're single, what your assignment is in your single season, right? Which might be increased activity in ministry, right? Because you have no one else in covenant with that you have to now make a priority, right, under God. What does God want you doing in ministry? Ministry doesn't mean preaching. Your ministry could be anything. Your ministry could be children's ministry. Your ministry could just be an intercessor. That's what I'm, an intercessor. So I want you to focus on the ministry or the assignment that you already have. If you don't know exactly what else you should be doing outside of that, don't stress. Focus on the thing you're already assigned to do. Tiffany Montgomery says, focus on being a daughter and a son. How do I be a daughter to God and do that well? How am I a son to a king and do that well? He says he's the King of Kings, which means the son, you are king. He's the King of Kings though, but you yourself are still a king. How do I do that? How do I lead with humility and still be submitted to you, but I lead boldly, strong, and courageous? Let me work on that. So don't get tied up and confused when I say get in position, know your calling and assignment. You still have plenty of assignments that you're currently assigned to that you can focus on until you get further instructions. Because if you fulfill those assignments and get those assignments together and you're focused on being in right standing with God, you will get further instructions on what else you need to do. If there's more you need to do. It's impossible for you to be about your Father's business when you're not taking care of your own. So just focus on the assignment you already have assigned to you. Let's learn from Judah, shall we? Stop saying who you don't have and get in position. Get in position. God will highlight your partner, and the enemies that you guys will face will be utterly destroyed. And be encouraged by that. Get in position, get in right standing, and look around. I'll see you on the next video.